guys, welcome to my kitchen. So today we're making lemon thyme chicken. It's supposed to be 30 minutes and we shall see. I'm a home cook, just as many of you are. So I have printed out the recipe. It's from Woman's Day. And now I'm going to read it and then we're going to set the timer. Well, we're going to note the time and then we're going to get to going. So first thing it says is heat your oven to 425. Mine's already at 375 because I've been baking bread, but I'm going to edit that. So it's going to take your oven longer to get hot than it is mine. Let's read the recipe. Ingredients: 1 pound of green beans trimmed, 12 sprigs of fresh thyme, 12 sprigs of fresh thyme divided. It doesn't say how to divide them. It doesn't say if it's 6 and 6 or 3 and 9. We'll see. 2 tablespoons of olive oil divided. Kosher salt and pepper. I don't think I've ever heard of kosher pepper, but hey, who am I to judge? Half a cup of grated Parmesan divided. 1 14-ounce can of artichoke hearts, halved and patted very dry. 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and 1 lemon cut in half. So, heat oven to 425. On a rimmed baking sheet, toss green beans and 6 sprigs of thyme with 1 tablespoon of oil and 1/4 teaspoon each salt and pepper. Then toss with 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Nestle artichokes onto pan, cut sides down, and roast on bottom rack in oven until golden brown and tender, 10 to 12 minutes. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't catch the part where they said set an oven rack on the lowest rung. So, out with my trusty, rusty oven mitts, and we shall do that now. Before it gets redonkulously hot, yeah? Oven mitts. Oven mitts. I also move the other one to the top, just so there's no weirdness going on. Okay, where were we? Step 2. Meanwhile, heat remaining tablespoon of oil in a large oven-safe skillet on medium. Season the chicken with 1/4 teaspoon each salt and pepper, and cook until golden brown on bottom. 3 to 4 minutes. Flip chicken over and cook 2 minutes more. Add the lemon cut side down and remaining 6 thyme sprigs to skillet. Transfer skillet to oven along with vegetables. Now that's an important distinction. I have to have a skillet that will go into the oven at 425. Along with vegetables, and roast until chicken is cooked through 9 to 10 minutes more. Toss remaining Parmesan with artichokes and green beans and then serve it with the chicken. Now a problem, because I moved that other bottom rack to the very top of the oven. So let me go and put it to the middle and make sure I get the right kind of pan. Okay, because I'm me, we are going to use a bowl to toss our vegetables in because, yeah. Okay, so it is 5:25. Let's do this. Artichoke hearts. This will be doubling as my garbage bowl once I have everything done. Okay, anyway. Half a cup of grated Parmesan. So I need my half cup measuring cup. I'm just going to take the paper with me. My tablespoon, which is over there. And that's the only measurements that I need. Besides my tablespoon. And olive oil. Olive oil. Alright, here we go. That sound, is this one sound? I don't know, but they don't look real great. Oh, crap. Always dropping shit on the floor. That's just me though. Oh, these look terrible. Ew. Farm fresh green beans. What's that say? It does not say how much they weigh. Okay, we're gonna guess. Wash them before you use them. Right. Ugh. Cha-ching. Okay. Super big knife. Now what I'm going to do right now is just chop the ends off of these green beans and toss them into a bowl. I have a garbage disposer. So all my useless bean pieces are going in there. What's our time? 5:31. I don't know how long that's been, but hey, somebody's keeping track, I'm sure. So now, I have to get my friendly cheese grater on the bowl. So I may grate my Parmesan. Liquid moisture of any kind is the enemy of cheese, as is your hands. Your hands are the enemy of cheese, because your hands have bacteria on them and they will make your cheese mold super fast. And I can't grab the cheese, so I'm just going to cut it open. Forgive me. I don't know if you guys can see my cutting board over here, but it's like a mad rush. Let's see if I can move this stuff out of the way. Can you see a little better? Alright, I have a little bowl and a little cheese grater. Cheese grater! And now I'm going to grate some cheese. I need to get enough to fill that half cup right there. Note, I am not touching the cheese with my hand. I'm touching the wrapper. I want this cheese to last more than a week. Okay, I think I'm about halfway there. Parmesan is a really hard cheese, so it's fun to grate. And I am dropping this shit all over the floor. Because cheese grater. Wonderful. It's the second time today I've worked up a sweat cooking. The first time was when I was kneading bread. Right, for dinner rolls, which we will have with this food. Alright, that looks like about half a cup, but just to be sure, I'm going to measure it. Ha! Look at that. Half a cup of cheese. Oh, my guesstimation. Alright. Now, a quarter of a teaspoon. That's right. Got it. Got coarse ground black pepper, kosher dosher salt, tablespoon of oil, quarter of a teaspoon salt. Haven't put the oil in yet. I know I said it, but I didn't put it in yet. Quarter of a teaspoon of pepper. One tablespoon of olive oil. So that's 6 sprigs of thyme, right? Whoa. Is that 1 sprig or is that 4? I don't know. Okay. 1, 2, wait, where'd you go? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? We'll just put an extra one. We're just going to put an extra one in for good measure. Okay. Now to get my rimmed baking sheet. And because I covered everything with aluminum foil, we're going to cover it with aluminum foil. Yes, I cover everything with aluminum foil. Stop me from having to do this. Don't judge. It doesn't actually say how long to bake these, so. Okay. 1/4 cup of Parmesan, which is about half. I'm guessing, I'm not going to measure another 1/4 cup after I just measured a 1/2 cup. And we toss all that together. And then we smoosh it out. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing here with cheese and oil that it just kind of clumps together. So, I don't know. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but hey, we're doing it, right? Okay. All right. Nestle the artichokes onto the pan, cut sides down. Oh yeah, I gotta dry those, don't I? Damn. It's 12 ounces. It said pat them very dry. They were in some kind of oil. They smell fantastic. I don't like artichokes out of a can because they do actually, they are the one food I find really takes on the flavor of the can, and it's pretty gross. These are quartered, so they say they're halved, but I don't know. That's about as dry as they're gonna get, yeah? I just drenched my paper towels. All right. Now we're just gonna put these cut side down. My family won't touch them, by the way. So guess who's gonna eat every single one of these artichokes? That's right, me. I'm gonna eat them. Put them in my pot. Because that's what I like. I don't know how much time we are in. It's 5:38. 5:38. All right. The artichokes have been nestled amongst the green beans. Okay. Oh, it does say, it says roast on bottom rack in oven until golden brown and tender, 10 to 12 minutes. But then it also says to transfer the chicken to the oven with the vegetables and roast until the chicken is cooked through 9 to 10 minutes. More. How'd you not understand? And now I've got my recipe wet. So, we're going to set this over here. Isn't that pretty? Aww. Set that over there for you guys to look at, and this becomes my garbage bowl. Alright. Heat the remaining tablespoon of oil in a large oven-safe skillet. Which means I gotta come dig over here. Because my cast iron pan is the only oven-safe skillet that I own. Just moved you guys out of the way. Repositioning you. Yeah. Okay. Cast iron skillet. Take that off. Tablespoon of olive oil. Don't actually need any kind of oil in this pan because it's already seasoned very well. Okay, done with that. Done with that. It says over medium. Most of you will actually set your stovetops to medium, but I have to set mine to medium low because it's a cooktop. So it holds heat longer, and because this is a cast iron skillet, yeah. Seasoned chicken. Okay, each one of these gets a whole 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm guessing that's for both sides. Yeah. So I will split a 1/4 teaspoon over 2 of them on this side. And do the same with the pepper. Yeah, you're supposed to season from up here so it gets distributed evenly. Whatever. I don't care. I don't know why they just didn't say half a teaspoon of pepper. Because it literally just says kosher salt and pepper. It did not say how much. Flip these over and kind of rub them around. I know you're supposed to use wooden cutting boards, but who's counting? I have to wash my hands because chicken. And this takes time. The laws of physics exist in my kitchen. Y'all, I'm stepping in so much stuff right now, you don't even understand. I know, it's such a hot mess. What I'm wondering is why we're not putting any kind of garlic on this chicken. I love garlic and chicken. This is going to be like a lemon pepper chicken. Because, I mean, I'm putting a lot of freaking pepper on these things. Just a scotch more on the end of that one. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut this lemon in half. Just over here on the edge of my cutting board. And 6 sprigs of thyme. That's like 2. Alright, 2, 4, 5, 6. Thyme. It's actually more like 10, but hey, who's counting? Alright. I'm going to swirl my oil around my pan. Now, do I put all 4 of these in here at once? I guess so. And that is not hot enough, you see? I do not hear crowd-pleasing hurrahs. Hello, husband.
Hello, sweetie. Sorry, I didn't know you were wrong.
It's all good. It's now 5:45 and my pan just got hot. We're going to try this again. Yay! Love to hear the crowd go wild when you put your chicken or meat or other thing in the pan, yeah? It's still kind of eking me out. I feel like I'm crowding the chicken in the pan. And the last thing you want to do is kind of crowd your meat, you know? Alright, don't touch it. Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes and counting.
It does say 3 to 4 minutes, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm actually going to inch that down just a smidge. I'm going to leave that alone for 3 to 4 minutes. 5:46. Okay, I did actually put the thyme back in the package, but I didn't put it away yet. I can still just kind of shake it out. It's supposed to go in the oven with the chicken. And it doesn't say anything about squeezing this. I'm going to leave it just like it is. I don't know if it's brown. Who cares? I'm going to pop these back in the fridge now. I am a clean as you go kind of gal, so try to just keep all this moving along as I move along. Okay, I think when I flip this chicken, I'm going to put that in there. So that gives that apparent approximately a 2-minute head start, because it says after I flip this, I should let it sit for another 2 minutes before I pop it in the oven. We're just going to turn the fan on here. All right, there's my timer. One more minute. It is not yet brown on the bottom. It's interesting. I know you probably can't hear me over the hum of the fan, but it's better than setting off my smoke alarms, which I do a lot. My hands should be super clean now. All right, now we're flipping the chicken. Pretty. Hey Siri, set a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Green beans is in the oven. Really? Now I only have one dish left to wash, and it's my cast iron pan because I covered my sheet pan in aluminum foil. Oh, now you know why I do that. This chicken looks very strange. I'm going to pick you up, bring it over here, and show it to you. There is the chicken, and it is time for it to go in the oven. So putting you back where you came from. Putting these on because this pan is hot. Up. Hold up. Add the thyme. I think I'm supposed to like spread it out. Most of the oil has now absorbed into my pan. Weirdness. And add the lemons. Cut side down. Okay, now we're rolling up. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
Alright, now I'm going to prep another veggie for my awesome family, and we will see what happens next. I am actually going to do a little bit of quinoa. Such. I love my Green Life pans, by the way. I got them from Amazon along with all my Green Life gadgets. These need to go in here because I use them on raw chicken. And this needs to be washed too. Okay, just gonna do half a cup. And I think it's half a cup to 1 cup. Alright, bring 2 cups of water and wash to a boil. We're not going to do that. We're going to do 1 cup. And I do like chicken broth in my quinoa, so we're going to do 1 cup. Oh, look at that. Exactly 1 cup. And I only use organic chicken broth and organic chicken when I can get it. This week, sadly, it is not organic chicken because pandemic. Can't get anything like I used to get. Measure out half a cup of quinoa. This is such a great compliment because you have kind of these Mediterranean flavors going on. Did you hear my sheet pan pop? So I have some tomatoes, some spinach, and a lemon because I'm going to kind of try to mimic the flavors that I have going on in there. So once this boils, I'm going to just check it. It looks okay, I guess. We shall see. And I'm not going to use this stove eye because it's much bigger than my pot. And I'm just not that lucky. So, I'm going to move this recipe over here. I'm guessing I probably have about 6 minutes left on that timer. Make sure my silent mode is off. Getting a different cutting board. Oh. Chicken broth is boiling. It actually doesn't take this very long to cook. So quinoa is kind of like a grain. It doesn't really have a flavor. Spell it Quinoa, I think. No, it's pretty short. And my daughter, for the longest time, thought that it was sour because most of the flavors that you associate with quinoa are the Mediterranean type flavors, the lemon, the olives, things like that. So I'm going to stir in my quinoa, turn down the heat, and pop a lid on it. And it should be done in about 5 minutes or so. So in the meantime, I am going to take a handful of cherry tomatoes. Rinse them. The rest of these are actually on a Mexican skirt steak and avocado salad I'm making later. I'll link that in the description of the video with the recipe if you guys would like to check it out too. So I have my little bowl, do my little lemon. It's now 6 o'clock. I think it's definitely taken us more than half an hour. Dang, that other half of the lemon actually had all the seeds in it. This half has none. I just chop them up so my garbage disposal doesn't have such a hard time. Now we'll just rake the seeds out. Yeah, I could probably have used my hand to strain the seeds out as I was squeezing it, but hello finger cuts. We all know how fun those are. I'm going to stand here while that cooks just so it doesn't boil over in any way, shape, or form. I could probably throw some thyme in there too, but I'm not going to do it. The chicken broth is a little salty. I will taste it when it's done and adjust the seasoning. I'm going to throw some spinach in there as soon as it's done cooking. So that should be interesting. I'm just cutting these little cherub tomatoes in half. I'm going to do that. I do love a good tomato. Let's get some iodine into our meal tonight, shall we? Our little iodized salt, a little pepper, get one of my little baby tasting spoons, give that a stir up. That's going to add the best fresh flavor to the meal. And this is baby spinach, so you don't really have to chop it, but what the hell. I have my cutting board out, have my knife out. I don't really want it to fill up my pan. And I add it to my quinoa, so I'm just going to give it a rough chop. Note that my timer has still not gone off for that chicken. I mean, if you say 30 minutes, please make it 30 minutes. Some of us have like 15,000 kids. You know, I have 5 children of my own. My husband has 2, that makes 7. I know, you can call us crazy. We're okay with it. And when they were all little, all 5 of them at home, man, I didn't have time to be running around the kitchen for an hour making a meal. They were lucky if they got me to start cooking early, so they even had any dinner that wasn't out of a box. Because let's face it, hamburger helper takes 40 minutes. It's easy. So as mothers, that's why we feed it to our kids. It's not because it's cheap, it's because it's easy. And usually it takes the box and some milk, pour some water, and some thyme, right? Right. Okay, this is all ready to be dumped together. Almost done. Okay, don't get all bitchy with me. Let's see how many minutes we have left, shall we? 9 seconds. I don't know if it's done or not. We'll find out though, won't we? Boom. Let's take a peek. Those look terrible. Let's just be honest. I'm not sure the chicken's done, but I'm about to poke a thermometer into it. If I can find one. Got one. Power. Fahrenheit. Looks raw as hell. However, it's at 160 degrees. 161. 162. 163. It's almost done. So we're gonna pop it back in for like another 2 minutes and smoke up my kitchen some more. All right, those look terrible, awful. Look, they like stuck. And the green beans kind of burned. I mean, is your family gonna eat that? I wouldn't think so. My family is probably not. My husband already came in and looked at the artichokes and said, WTF. Oh, and now I've torn the aluminum foil because that's the kind of jerk off I am. I mean, screw it. Just gonna put these in a bowl before they get full of aluminum foil. And you have to pick out the thyme twigs because you can't eat those. Okay? So remember to pick out the twigs off the thyme. Because no, they do not magically cook away. My second favorite thing to do is mess with my hands in hot food as soon as it comes out of the oven. Now I have to wash that bladder. I still have to coat these and the rest of that cheese sitting right there. Like, really? They are stuck. I'm guessing it's because of the Parmesan cheese. Oh, come on. Can you imagine this mess on your sheet pan? Look at that. I mean, I love a good tray bake, but dude. And there is the timer for a chicken. Still picking twigs out of my stupid green beans. Alright. Thank you, timer. I appreciate you. All right, let's poke this back in our thickest piece of chicken, shall we? Says 165, 66, 67. No, it's not touching the pan or any. It should only be at 165 degrees, so it's done. Now we're going to let it rest for just a minute. That's not even hot anymore. Put that over there. And add the rest of my Parmesan cheese to this bowl. It's a lot of cheese. Quinoa's done. That's in the sink. That's what quinoa looks like when it's done. Mmm. Could use a bit of salt. And a little garlic. Just to give it some kick. I'm going to stir it around. Maybe I'll make it a mess. Taste it again. Much better. Alright, let's add this spinach here. Not trying to cook the spinach down or anything, just going to let it wilt. Hot. Don't ever do that. Just kind of get it in there with the quinoa. I'm not going to put the cold tomatoes on it just yet. I'm going to toss that lid on there. It shouldn't take but a minute to wilt. In the meantime, I'm going to make plates. So grab a knife, clean chicken tongs. Use those to kind of stir up my green beans and artichokes. And help out a plate. Alright, get a plate. It's the meal for 4, so remember, split everything in about 4. Like I said, my family won't touch the artichokes, so there's that. Oops, I got a piece of chicken. How pretty that is. Can you see that? So pretty. Just gonna slice it. It's a little hot. Yeah, I'm licking my fingers and putting them in the food. It's my plate. Guess what? Nobody else is gonna get. That's right. I designed a plate. Alright, my spinach is kind of wilted into my quinoa. Looks awesome. See? Hold it back over that hot burner for just a second. This is my tomatoes and the juice of 1 lemon and a little bit of salt, not a lot. And I'm just going to mix that in with everything else. Now you can also feel free to add some pine nuts to this or whatever. Cashews. What's the other one? Chickpeas. Yes, that would be really good in here. But I don't have any, so. Okay, I have added some of those beautiful little dinner rolls that I made earlier today. They are so delicious. I will link the recipe to that underneath this video. You can see all of these. My camera is going in and out of focus. I apologize. Back it up. All right, now is the big taste. Ugh, pray for me. All right, now I have a fork. So, we're gonna taste. I already know the bread is good because I tasted it earlier. Take some of these artichokes and green beans. The green beans got a little tough in the oven, but they're seasoned well. Not terrible. I'm going to try a piece of this chicken. That green bean was actually pretty good. I think I got some of that toasted cheese in there. So chicken. Honestly, I can barely taste the thyme. I think it would have been better had I stripped it off the twigs and put that on the chicken as well. Maybe chopped it up a little bit. Try my quinoa and spinach salad. That is just the bright note this meal here needed. Everything's savory except that. And that has that beautiful tartness of the lemon and the freshness of the tomato. It's really good. So, if you want to try this, again, the recipe's in the description of the video. It's 6:38. Yeah, so there you have it. I will see you guys again next week, and until then, have a good day.